Hey guys! Welcome back to Let's Play Xenosaga Episode 3. Last time, we began our trip into what is known as the S-Line Division, a division of Vector. And this area here is rather confusing, so kind of bear with me. I'm going to kind of go off in directions I don't have to kind of show you where certain things are so that we know where to go back to. This little ring, for instance, we don't need to go down there, but knowing where it is will help us figure out where we're going to go later. Basically, how this area works is you approach these little things, and a new color of platform will appear, allowing you to go to a different location. Thing is, they're not always clear on where those things spawn. Like, that one was pretty apparent. Here we get an update file. Update files are... where do they put? Yeah, they put them mostly in cultural, and I think some of them go into unknown. Not those ones, but yeah. So this will give us a lot of information. Most of the things that are files, at least to my knowledge, are things that came from Episode 1's database. They've brought a lot of that stuff back. This is a very comprehensive database that contains a lot of information. Now, I'm not going to bother cutting out the battles because, as you can see, they've really streamlined the battle system. It's a lot faster than it used to be. You don't really need to worry about healing. You don't need to worry about stalking or doing any such things. You walk into the battle, you kill things, battle's over in 20 seconds. This will not stay consistent throughout the entirety of the game. It actually takes a lot longer to take out enemies later on. Speaking of enemies, they don't give us a tutorial in here. I don't know if there's anything different between these two, but anyway, let's just kill them. Yeah, I think that one's got a little more HP. Have you learned it? You have not learned it yet. Miyuki does learn a tech before we go too far that is quite useful against some of the mechs. And right on cue, Lunar Blade and a Lightning Blast. You may remember Lightning Blast. Yes, there's enemies inside things. We already know that. There are, like Lightning Blast was a tech in the first video game, or in the first game there. There's some more money in Episode 1 that Shion could use, so it kind of makes sense that Miyuki, out of anyone, would be able to use it. So we've already gone all the way over that way. Whoa. Weird glitchy stuff. Okay, so this is where we got on. Go over here, and we can continue more toward this side. Blow up some stuff, fight some more enemies.
It'll only take 3 minutes.
What do you mean 3 minutes? This should not take you 3 minutes. So Lightning Blast is good against these guys. The other ones will not get one-shot by them, but these ones usually will. And so that leveled up our thing to max there, so I'm actually going to use Guard. Not that it matters, but Special Attack, Break Bash. Anytime you level or you max out your thing or get 2 boosts, which is what it costs to use a basic level 1 ability like that, you want to use it pretty much ASAP. Alright, so we're going to hit the switch on this one. I think this is the... no, this is not the confusing one. So that one leads off of that little circle platform I showed off a little while ago. I'm not going to do any editing in this area. Well, I shouldn't say that. I'm not going to do any cutting in this episode to go back to places we've already been to, because this place, as I was saying, can be confusing, and I want to make sure that everybody can find their way around and not get lost. Of course, me, I get lost all the time. But that's why you play the game multiple times and test run before you start your LP. Okay, so we got that one. Get over here. And if we loop around enough, I think there's an enemy right around here somewhere. Probably in this. Or not. That works too. I'll take it. Right, so blow up this guy. We don't need to go up to the right yet, and I think it's a dead end for now. I think we need to do something else first. Let's see. Let's loop around here. And this one unleashes 2 of them, which is why it's confusing. This leads up to where I was just talking about. And that one, we're not exactly sure where that leads from. So I'm going to do a little bit of backtracking here and get to that one. I found this one, luckily, when I was doing my test. I don't really do a second test run of any of the games I do in LPs for, unless I just happen to really want to do it. But I usually tend to play ahead as I'm doing the LP, just to kind of re-familiarize myself, because a lot of the time my test runs are a little out of, a lot earlier than I'm actually doing the LP. So backtrack up here, and I believe, if I remember correctly, we go through this way and down here. And yes, this is where the second purple one connects. This is the missable part of this area. You can get access to another enemy.
It'll only take 3 minutes.
I don't know why you keep saying that, Kanan. This is not going to take 3 minutes. Go. And we got a critical out of that. That's nice. Ow. And you might as well go for a normal attack there. Okay, and we acquired Jackal, which is another tech. Anytime you see that purple sword icon, that's learning a new tech. I'm not going to go and show off every time we learn a new tech, because we learn so many new techs in this game, and most of them are all pretty much the same. Anyway, go over here, get this one. This one is not required. It's a shortcut back to where we were earlier. So there's our extra item and our shortcut leading back to where we were already. There we go. So right up here is where we encountered another thing to blow up. And if we go all the way to the left there, that's where we hit the purple switch. So if we head up this side, through all the weird purple squares, eventually we find another one of those. Medkit S, which, yeah, sure, why not? And we get all the way up here. Let's move this teleporter thing again. I don't know why it says move. But anyway. Anyway, once we go up here... Okay. We get locked in. Now I think we're screwed. No. We're fine. There's no turning back for a moment, but we can get that. Trap times 5. Trap times 5. If you approach, Shion will give you an explanation of how traps work. So basically what it is you press R2 and then square to launch a trap, like so. Then you press square again to blow the trap up, and it basically works like all the traps did in the other games. They'll give us a little tutorial, but it does make the battle easier. They automatically do that. Okay, if you notice in the middle right there, it said boost bonus +1. Now, what that does is it will, every time you use a trap, you get a random boost to your boost gauge. And they'll explain a little bit about this here. 3, of course, is the maximum. And okay, blah, blah, blah. Okay, they're not going to tell us anything. Okay, so yeah, it gives us a random boost to our boost gauge. I think it's either 1 or 2. It might be up to 3, I'm not sure. But it boosts it up, so that's nice. I'm going to guard with you. Shion's going to one-shot these guys. And then the reason why I did that is you really want to control when you're attacking your enemies. Because if your boost is max, you don't want to attack the enemies. You'd much rather wait until you have another opportunity to build up your boost gauge. Because building up your boost gauge is the best way to get additional experience and all that other stuff.
No problem.
There you go. Alrighty then. And now that we've done that, we can backtrack again, which is kind of strange, but oh well. Here,
It'll only take 3
if you
minutes.
run at the right angle, you can get these guys on a back attack, even though you're not technically at the back, you're kind of at the side. There we go. We probably should be healing at some point soon. Yeah, sure, you can finish it. I'll use Xion to take care of the next guy there, I believe. And so, yeah, I'm just going to wait for these guys to pop around. That one I didn't get quite properly, but oh well. I will use that to take care of this one. I'm showing a lot of these battles on screen early on because it's not like they're as long as the previous game. Oh, this could be a problem. I've got little nephews attacking me through my door. This might not be the best time to record. Hopefully I can get through the rest of this episode. Anyway. Got kids popping in my room calling me names. My nephews are 4 and 5, so... Now, the other thing you can do here is go like that. Now, we got a boost bonus out of that, so that's very nice. So I'm going to attack you. And Xion's going to attack you. And we'll finish you off. Now, traps are expensive, and you can only hold up to 10 of them. So for the most part, I will not be using a lot of them, especially early on in this playthrough. So we got a little bit of a boost there. That's nice. You can attack that one since you do a little more damage. Finish off you. Or Xion could do more damage. That works too. There we go. And we got some more junk for that. And what do we got here? Ether pack. Ether packs are actually kind of valuable in this. Because your EP is pretty much the only way you're going to do a lot of damage and get by battles rather quickly. There we go. And we can pop up. Is this the last one? Is there one more floor? Or where are we? Ah, final floor. Now's the hard part. Not particularly. I will go back and save in a moment here. First things first, let's go over here. Now, there's something rather unique about this.
Disengaging secondary security.
How come Miyuki's voice is security? Or is she just saying that? It doesn't say Miyuki saying it, but it's her voice. It's kind of weird that way. Yeah, there's a rather cool little allusion in this game to future events. And by future, I mean future in the Xeno series.
Disengaging secondary security.
Alright. There we go. Now, I could be wrong on this. Actually, I'm pretty sure we get another chance to go and heal, but I'm going to run over the save point. I should have earlier, just in case. I don't need to save, but I need to make sure I'm full going into what's going forward. Now,
disengaging primary security.
There's the primary one. I haven't taken a look at Xenoblade in a long time, but I swear to God, that's in Xenoblade. That's one of the mechanoids or whatever the hell they were called in that game. I swear that looks like one of them. I'm not sure which one, but I'm pretty sure it looks like one of them. Alright, so we've shown off Xion's normal costume for quite some time. Let's show off the better one here. Break limit, we'll learn more about that in this upcoming fight. There's another fight coming up here, but that's the tutorial for that. Break limit is good. The more break limit you have, the better. Now, that one said it changed your icon, and yes it did. It's very much her episode 1 portrait now. Of course, she looks slightly different, but I think it even... I can't really see. Can I get a close-up view? No, I can't. I believe she even has her glasses back, which is, of course, something she lost at the start of episode 2.
Logging into the main server.
Alrighty then. Why is everything in this entire area so very strange? What's wrong with a door? A door and a lock. Why does it have to be so complicated? This whole area has been completely over-engineered. top secret data, so we need to go talk to the terminal in order to do that. Alright. Oh, I almost don't want to be in this costume for subsequent events here. You know what? I was going to put it on, but no, I'm just going to leave the normal one on just for some laughs later on. I'd forgotten about that, but oh well. If you're playing and you want the most advantage going into the boss fight, then yeah, you probably want to wear the Vector costume as opposed to the Pearl wear, which is kind of generic, boring sounding armor.
Keep watch. Kanan, please start the data backup.
I'm already on it.
Good job, Kanan.
Don't screw up, now that we've made it this far.
I know.
Everyone likes to get on
But will
Miyuki's
this really
case.
expose Vector's crimes?
Miyuki, do you understand what this UMN really is?
It's a wide area network system or something, right?
Pretty much.
A wide area information network system with non-local connections. Its characteristics enable warp travel and light speed communication.
Does
An
those
exemplary
too.
answer. But do you think that's really all there is to it?
What do you mean?
Don't
A
you know
wide
why
area
you're
network
here?
that connects our star cluster. But who built it and when? Who established the gate jump columns? For that matter, what division of Vector even handles the base theory development?
It's,
Exactly. No one knows, because no one established it or built it. It was already there. We just use it as if we invented it.
Now
That's
this
nothing more than your own conjecture.
is
I'll
partially
give you
true.
credit for your vivid imagination, but you have no proof.
This is
he's
true.
right. Don't you think you're jumping to conclusions?
I hope so. If I'm wrong, everyone can live in peace. But
This
we
is
need
a
to make
Xenosaga
sure.
game.
We
That's
need
not
to know
happening.
what they intend to accomplish with the UMN. What their ultimate goal is.
I
Huh?
don't know why we needed those weird sound
You know,
effects.
There's something weird.
Something? I've told you time and again to make precise reports.
Well, there's a strange fluctuation in the particle flow. It started about 300 seconds ago. Looks like a fractal pattern. I think someone or something's trying to interfere with us.
And who would
Is it a
that be?
pursuit craft or the cyber surveillance system?
No. There hasn't been any physical contact from macrophages. And there's no sign that our jamming of the surveillance network has been broken. It's like someone's watching. No, studying us.
Studying us? Who? Why?
Anyone?
There's no way
Everyone?
for me to tell.
How's that data coming?
Just a little more.
Hurry. It's dangerous to stay here much longer.
Yeah, probably the case. Now, the costume that Shion wears will not change her costume in not only these videos, but that cutscene.
I think it's a
The
little too late
swimsuits
for that
will,
now.
if you're doing swimsuit mode, which is accessible after beating the game. But those extra costumes only affect the normal portrait and the battle portrait, not the portrait in the cutscenes. I don't think, anyway. Hello, strange-looking guy. That's weird.
Shion, take care of the rest.
Explanation of brake and target control. Beneath each character's name is their brake gauge. Characters hit by attacks, brake damage accumulates. When the gauge hits 100%, the character enters the brake state and is unable to act for 2 turns. Unable to act, unable to boost, unable to evade or defend, increased chance of being struck by critical hits. These are all the effects that affect someone in brake. That's why you want as high a brake limit as possible, because there's like a separate damage meter, or in this case it's just a meter, it's not really a damage meter, but you take individual amounts of brake damage, and eventually we'll learn the ability brake heal, so we can remove some of the brake damage. Until then, there's no way to do anything for some character who's hit with brake damage. Once the character's in brake, there's no way of getting them out of brake either. Now, enemy targets will target your characters in these following ways. Aim for the healers, aim for breaking any character, aim for characters with low HP, or random. Now, we can use the Ether Heat in order to control this. Now, the only character we know that has Heat is Kanan. He also has the most HP. However, he does the most damage, so I don't want him to do that. Now, I'm going to start off with Break Bash because I know I'll get more than enough points to build up to another Break Bash before the battle ends. But it also has a break ability. Notice the break status below his HP. His HP is in green, his break status is in red or pink or whatever that color is. Anyway, Tech Jackal is a heavy physical attack, does a lot of damage. We want to go for that because that's a lot more damage than his normal attack does. Miyuki's Lightning Blast is a medium break attack, so if I use this, I might just break him. Not quite. Guarded that attack. So yeah, he's almost broken. Lunar Blade is a medium physical attack. That's the way they describe attacks. A low, a medium, a heavy, and I think a massive is beyond that. For the most part, it really doesn't matter. Most of the techs we learn are garbage. I'll be using pretty much just like one until I get the next one that's better, until I get the next one that's better, over and over and over again. Now, he's in the break status. That's what those stars indicate. So now he'll take more damage from criticals and such and such and such. So I'm going to use all my better attacks while he's in break mode here, except with Miyuki. She's going to use normal attacks if I want to save her EP for using those other abilities later on. There we go. Now, he's already broken out because he's already had 2 turns, and as you can see, his HP is nowhere near depleted. Leave it to Miyuki is right. You do your job and you break this guy. Okay, so tag. Actually, we're going to go for special. I think I'll have enough. Yeah, I should have enough. Okay, you're going to go with the normal attack. And that's his other attack. You can do a reasonable amount of damage with that. Lunar Blade. Normal attacks do a small amount of break damage as well, just not as much as your other attacks. So the more break or boost that you have coming into this fight, the better off you're going to be. So I'm going to use most of Kanan's EP when the enemy is already broken. Same with Shion, but Miyuki, on the other hand, I want to not use any of her break attacks or any of her attacks or her EP unless he's not already broken, because I want to make sure he stays broken. Now, I'm not going to waste my last one because I won't be able to build up enough boost gauge in order to kill him otherwise. So I'm going to go for Lunar Blade. And use a normal attack, and that does a reasonable amount of damage. What they're telling you to do in this fight is to cast Ether with him, or Heat with him, so that the boss will only attack Kanan since he has more HP, and so no one else gets broken. But that's pretty much unnecessary. So let's go for the Lunar Blade. Now, bosses you absolutely want to get finish strikes on, even if I'm wasting a little bit of points here. There we go. Delay Wing. That one, I think, delays your turn a little bit, but not too much. Do you have... you can go for Jackal there. And how much HP do you have left? I'm not 100% sure if I will kill you, so I'm going to use Analyze. Analyze is important. It brings up a lot of information. He has 230 HP, so I probably need to hit him one more time. You can steal an Ether Pack S from him as a rare... or no, that's a rare drop, sorry. If you look at item in the top right corner, N is normal drop, R is rare drop, and S is steal item. You can only steal one item, and it's separate from the drops. The attributes there, they explain that. It knows poison, so you can't use poison on it. Not that you would want to anyway. shows you its break limit, its EP, and its HP in the top left, what type it is, what type of target he'll target, or what type of attack pattern he has. I think this guy goes for break, but it doesn't always show all the information. I think you need to like use a better analyze, or maybe there's a difference between analyze ball and analyze spell. I don't know, I never use it, so it doesn't really matter. Lightning blast. So we have 230. I do about 250 with my other ability there, so I'm probably not going to use Kanan here. He's almost broken, but I'm just going to guard here and use Xion to finish things off. And you, like I said, you definitely want those finish strikes, especially for boss fights. They add a lot more points than you would normally get. Yeah, from 380 to 570. I'll take that. And we get Medica S All, which could have been useful, I guess. And we get an Ether Pack. But that's pretty much all the time I have for today. Sorry the episode ran a little long, but I don't mind giving a little extra length at the start of the series, but I just don't want to keep the episodes close to half an hour because it's just too much to sit through and watch. I know the feeling when I go to watch videos. If I see a half an hour video, half the time I'm like, I'll watch that later, and then I may or may not get to it. So anyway, that's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.